Hey Aquarius, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-May month reading. So, I'm going to do this spread differently than I did your monthly reading. I'm going to pull two tea leaf fortune cards. I'm going to pull the Soul's Journey lesson card here, and I have a 5 card spread. Your first card will be your current energy, the second, your challenge, your third, your personal spiritual message, your fourth will be your advice, and the fifth is your overall energy. Spirit, please give me guidance for Aquarius for mid-month of May. What guidance do you have for Aquarius mid-month of May? Please and thank you. Let's see what we got. If you like this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I greatly appreciate it, and it helps my channel grow. All right, here we go. Your current energy is the Four of Cups. Your challenge is the Nine of Swords. Your personal and spiritual message is the Five of Wands. Your advice is the Judgment card. And the overall energy is the Nine of Wands. So a lot of self-inflicted thoughts and mind games is what I'm feeling within oneself, So let's see. I feel like, it said empathy here. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. I feel like you need to have empathy towards yourself, Aquarius. So let's see. Spirit, give me guidance. What does Aquarius need to know for their highest good for mid-month of May? One more shuffle, Spirit. We have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. One of your tea leaf cards is Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. And for the second one, I have Casket. Someone is going out of your life or the end of a situation. Okay. Some of you could be going through a breakup, an issue at work. You take this reading how it resonates to you. Let me move these down. Sorry about that. It's different. The situation specific is different for everyone. So I'm going to give the overall energy. So let's start with the current energy of the Four of Cups. I feel like the Four of Cups has come up in several of my readings lately. And I just feel like there's a thought, is there, what are you finding in life that you're discontented, discontentment is what I want to say. There's discontentment in certain things surrounding you at this moment. And what is it going to take to get out of that mindset, right? I do feel that you need to take a step back and spend some alone time with yourself in order to reflect, okay? And figure out what it is that really will bring you peace and joy. And that's, but understand that if you stay in this for too long, okay, it can become stagnated. Like the water in these cups are stagnated, and spirit's trying to tell you, like, hey, I want you to get moving forward. I want you to start moving and get out of this emotional rut, because that's what I feel for some of you. You're in an emotional rut, and it's time to it's one thing to take a break and separate yourself and spend time to yourself to figure things out, and it's another thing to stay in that place, and you've come to like a complete halt with moving forward. Okay. And you're in a state that you're not able to really return to the next thing that you need to do, okay, to move forward towards that Ace of Cups. Now with the challenge as your Nine of Swords, it's like, there's a lot of anxiety. Like, I'm just feeling so anxious right now. I feel like there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, which is holding you back. And I know that can be scary, right? Like you just kind of don't know what to do. I am personally very aware of what it feels like to be in the Nine of Swords. Okay. It's challenging. It's beyond challenging, and I feel like there's a need here to address some challenge. Okay. Or negative thinking, thought patterns, um, worry, all of that, and that's not hard. I mean, that's not easy. It's very hard. It's hard to get in a really good mental state of mind when you have all of these. It's like you're in an emotional prison, is the best way I can explain it. Okay. And but it's like there's got to be a sense of having to come back to reality in order to overcome this and confront any fears and anxieties that you have. And some of you may need to speak to a therapist, a priest, a pastor, if it's to that point where you're feeling so overwhelmed, you're feeling helpless and that you can't do it on your own, that is not a weakness. That is a strength. Being able to acknowledge that you need help is a strength, okay? And there's nothing wrong with it. And again, it can be very hard and conflicting, all right? With the Five of Wands in your personal and spiritual message, I am getting you need to get out more. Okay. You need to be more social in a way. All right. You have to get involved with other people. Perhaps you're so secluded that you feel so isolated that you don't know how to find yourself back into a group or getting involved or doing something. But it's like you need to discover yourself again. Okay. And discover your potential. It's not this is certainly not a time um to it's more of a time to process. Is I'm trying to find the right words, and I'm finding a hard time to articulate at the moment, but it's like set some goals and work daily to achieve them, right? And you take baby steps because when you set these huge, it's like January every year, everybody always sets these huge health goals. Oh, I'm going to lose 60 pounds this year. Okay, well, you know what, when you make such a huge goal, is that really feasible? Because it's like everybody starts out the gate running and it's so good the first week or two, and then it goes to crap in a handbag, right? Because then it's like, oh, I'm just going to have this little meal, or I'm just going to cheat on weekends, and then it becomes a daily thing, and then so forth. And it's like a domino effect. And that's what I feel right now. Things have been a domino effect for you. And that, it's kind of like you don't want to hurt yourself in the sense that you just continually feel like you're letting yourself down. Make baby goals, baby steps, right? And say, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds this year. And then when you achieve and you lose 20, then it's like, damn, okay, now I'm going to, you don't do things that are so far fetched they're not within reach, is more or less what I'm saying. Like, you are strong, you can accomplish this, and, you can prove to yourself, like, you are competent, you can do this, you can get through this. All right. I feel like, it's saying don't be too hard on yourself, and don't feel like a failure if you don't come out on top, or always, it's like I'm really struggling for the words, but like, be easy on yourself. Okay. Don't be so conflicted within oneself of putting yourself down, because words are very powerful. Okay. In your advice, you have the judgment card, which tells me that it's time to make a change in your life. Okay. Perhaps, again, like there's been a struggle. All right. Or maybe you've gone down the wrong path and you feel like you keep walking down the wrong path here. But understand, like, it's never too late to start over, a new beginning. Maybe you've relapsed with something, okay? Maybe you've relapsed with drinking, or something else, whether it's weight or whatever it is. Like, just keep moving. Take it as a lesson. Choose to do better. Choose to make a decision that, you know what, tomorrow's a new day. I feel like, take responsibility for the choices you've made, okay? Heal from the past, whether that, past hurts, anything from the past, okay? Bad choices, right? And move forward with clarity and purpose here, because it's like you are deserving of a new beginning here. And I feel like Sometimes it takes us a couple of tries to get back on the road and the awakening that we're called to. And that's what I'm getting here for you, Aquarius. It's time to get back on the wagon here per se, and onto back onto the wagon to get to your calling, like chariot energy, to get back into balance and drive forward. Like that is truly what I'm seeing in my envisioning at the moment, even though the chariot card is not here. And again, to me, it ties into this failure. Like I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And I feel like if we do not have any failures, we will never succeed. We will never have success. Okay. And I feel like you need to hear that. Like successful people will tell you, I have failed so many times because that's how you learn and that's how you become better and greater, and you're better for it as a person. Sometimes it takes 3 times, sometimes it takes 5 times, but the fact that you keep trying and getting back on board is huge. And hats off to you. Okay. Um, and I feel like, again, like don't be stubborn here to change. Someone else may be stubborn to change. That's not your problem. Right. And again, someone's going to go out of your life and an end of a situation. For some of you, this is could be someone else in your life who may have some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Again, I'm sorry, I'm not, my words are getting discombobulated and I'm getting forgetful, and that's kind of how I feel. But someone could have been a role model for you, or a bad oh my goodness gracious. Um not a bad friend, just a bad influence. Okay, if there we go, a bad influence. And for some of you, someone is going to go out of your life and it's for the best, you know and that's okay. Things happen. But with the 9 of wands as your overall energy, okay, I am feeling like it is important to set healthy boundaries. You've been to hell and back here. You are the wounded warrior, but continue to persevere because you made it this far. You continue to heal with this bandage on your head. Continue to heal, continue to move forward, right? Continue to carry things forward, okay? Not to become stagnant and stuck. All right. Keep moving forward. Um, not don't make boundaries so high to where like you keep everyone out. Okay. Um, that's not the purpose of the 9 of wands, because you can see like the boundaries are way up, but there's no other people in this card, right? So it's like have healthy boundaries, but that doesn't mean you need to like keep everybody out of your life, especially those people who love you and care about you and want to help you. Now, only you can identify those people who are healthy for you. Okay. So I think your reading has been the longest thus far, and that's okay because I feel like there was a really big message here. So I hope this helped. If it did, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Have a beautiful day. Keep standing in your power, and I'll see you soon. Bye.